Hey YouTube, Shukunshitobi here with a review of the D-Arts Metal Garurumon Tamashii Web exclusive release. So Metal Garurumon was shown a very long time ago, right around the same time that Gallantmon was shown, if I remember correctly. Maybe even before. But he never came out. No idea why, but he never came out. My idea is that they were trying to perfect a quadrupedal figure design, and they did a really good job at it. So you have a windowless box, which I think is kind of strange for Tamashii products. They don't usually do windowless unless it's a event figure, but there are a few exceptions. The SIC exclusives tend to be windowless, but a very cool looking box nonetheless. So very cool, and we'll scoot that a little bit to the back because Metal Garurumon actually takes up a little bit of space. Words cannot describe how great I think this figure is. I was really worried about the quadrupedal design. They've never really done a fully articulated figure that stands on 4 legs before Venusaur's coming out. But he's a very blocky guy, so he doesn't really have that much leg articulation, while something like Metal Garurumon needs it. They did a fantastic, fantastic job. It's basically connected all by ball and socket joints, so you have full range of movement on each of the 4 little hips. There is a single joint, single joint right there, and then the little cable here that connects goes in and out of the legs, so it offers it there, and then ball and socket right here at the little ankles. Plus, you still have the toe joint, so that's always fun. Back here, again, a single joint, I believe. Yeah, it looks like a single joint. But you get a full range of motion there, outside of the realm of possibility. There isn't any crazy design that a wolf wouldn't really be able to do. So that's always a nice touch, that it's realistic posability in this sense. You also have movement here in the little waist hip section down here, and of course full range of motion in the neck and the head. Can't really do a full rotation because so many things just get in the way. But that doesn't really matter. It's not really a necessary point of articulation. Plus you have the tail moving back here, the little tail blade. So the wings are a little bit interesting. I'm trying to remember from the show because I haven't watched Season 1 in quite a while. I think these could enter inside here and they just kind of folded back when he didn't need to fly or anything like that. These missile pods are on rotations, so that's always a plus, so they can fold out of the way. And the wings here actually can fold all the way down, so they are completely out of the way. That's a nice little added touch too. And when you need to, they can pop all the way out, which is a little bit difficult to do. You just kind of have to get your finger in there and pull it out. You can pull by the actual wings, but these do actually pop off right there. So if you pull too hard on them, you'll pop the joint off. Then you'll have to plug it back in. But yeah, if you pull this all the way up, the missile pods can actually be straight, and so can the wings. So they raise the wings enough to have plenty of enough clearance. And like I showed off before, these are just the normal winged pieces. Included with Metal Garurumon are these little flying effect pieces that just plug right into that socket. And so now he's flying at Mach speeds and fun stuff like that. Very pointy guy, actually. In the shoulders and the missile pod area, so don't actually squeeze there, it kind of hurts. He does come with a effect part right here. Can this come off? I feel like it can come off. This one's very pointy too. Watch yourself on that. But open up his mouth. Obviously there is a hole and a tab. Just line that all up. Which is apparently harder than making it out to be. And there you go. So now you can do that. And then last but not least, his happy-go-lucky missile inside of his chest here. You can get that open. Replaces this segment right here. You just pop this off and then place the new piece in, which I can't seem to get my nail into there. There we go. So just line that up. And there we go. So now I can shoot the missile out of his chest, fire the beam from his mouth. He's got the missile pods on his shoulders. He's got fly wings. I'm not sure if he ever used them like a blade liger. That'd be kind of neat. But still very cool nonetheless. So let's kind of de-effect part him. There we go. And last but not least, there's this nifty little part that's actually got the Bandai markings on it. It is the first release of this thing. But anyway, it is a Tamashii stage port, so you do need a stage. I'm just using this Kamen Rider Double One because it's the one I had handy from previous unboxings. And you slide this part right on that hinge, which is actually a very tight fit for some reason. And then line up his body. Probably doing this backwards. There we go. And so now he can jump or fly or however you want to. And he's a little bit more stable. I prefer using things like these than the clamps. I hate these little clamps. So, like Skyrider, SH Figuarts release had something very similar to this. Metal Gurumon's got a nice little Tamashii stage port, so you can do some aerial shots from him. So, all in all, a very impressive figure. The D-Arts Digimon figures have really been hit and miss. Gallantmon was really good. Omnimon and War Greymon were so-so. And then Beelzemon was kind of in that middle between very cool and eh. But Metal Gurumon is really my favorite. And it's weird because I was never a huge fan of the Gurumon line until kind of later on. When I was a kid, I didn't really like him all that much because I liked Greymon more. But once I started really liking wolves, I really dug Gurumon. But this figure very much astounded me. It was probably my favorite of all the figures I got in my last box. You've got so much detail up here in the head region. All that panel detailing is there. His mouth opens, you got all that detail inside there. You got his little turbine, little spinners on his feet. No detail left unturned on this guy. Nothing is floppy. All of the posability is right where it needs to be. And nothing is kind of exaggerated. He doesn't have an overabundant amount of articulation. He's got just the right amount to pull off all the poses that you would want to. And maintaining a very nice, solid looking figure. If you are a fan of Digimon, particularly the first season, since this was when Metal Gurumon was featured heavily, you need this. You, by all means, need this. If you picked up War Greymon or have the Designer's Edition pre-ordered, buy this. It's fantastic. And that's why I actually bumped it up on my release schedule quite a bit. Because I felt no reason for this not to be shown off. Because it was a fantastic figure. In comparison, here's War Greymon, which looks nice side by side, but when you look at how floppy War Greymon is, these arms and his feet and his everything, this floppy mess is the reason they're making the Designer's Edition. So if you don't have War Greymon, I do recommend picking up the Designer's Edition. But back to Metal Gurumon, fantastic figure. I cannot say that enough. I've said it like 5 billion times. But if you're a fan of Digimon, do not pass this up. I can't say how the aftermarket price is going to be. Retail releases like Beelzemon went for really cheap. But exclusives like Black War Greymon go for quite a bit. So I'm not sure how he's going to hit on the retail market. But if you find him for about 5,000 yen or less, definitely go for it. Cannot recommend this figure enough if you're a Digimon fan. Just one of my favorite D-Arts to date. Really like him. So you can check out ShukenShinobi.com for latest updates on my reviews and hauls. And of course, check out Rogers, Rangers, and Rambles, a podcast bringing latest token news in the craziest way possible. And of course, you can buy D-Arts, SH Figuarts, and other Tamashii related items at cstoysjapan.com. So take care and have a great one. Bye.